boy, oh boy. Woo-hoo! This is nice. This is awesome. I love this thing. So far, so good. Chilly in the shop, yes, but not as chilly as riding around on my motorbike in 17 degrees Fahrenheit. Time to install the heated handlebar grips, and I chose Oxford over Kawasaki. The reason I made this decision is because it seems like Oxford kind of specializes in this. Their controller is sleeker and more modern looking than the Kawasaki one. And although I could hardwire these grips into the Kawasaki wiring harness, there's no need for it. With this controller, I'll just hook it to the battery because the controller will turn it off when the key's off, so you don't have to worry about running your battery dead with the grips. The icing on the cake, these were less than half price of Kawasaki heated handlebar grips. Something interesting, and many of you folks may already know this, but I didn't. According to my research, the grips are 7/8 of an inch. And what's interesting about that is I had trouble with the handlebar risers, if you'll remember, and they are 1 1/8. I simply never noticed that the bars went from 1 1/8 down to 7/8. So I have 7/8 of an inch grips to install. 6mm Allen wrench, or whatever tool you got. They always put Loctite on these. I think it's yellow. I've never seen yellow Loctite, but let's see if I'm right. Nope. Red. That's the toughest stuff. Little tech tip. No matter what size your Allen wrench is, this is a 6mm. This is a 6mm socket. Fits right on there. Put an extension on it. Now you have leverage, if need be. Compressed air. I don't have the best end on it. I'm going to try and blow these grips off. We'll see what happens. I don't know if it'll work or not with this end. It worked. I got it off, but they do make a skinnier nozzle end that would work better. Just opened the package, and one thing I noticed straight off, they smell nice. Woo! Strong, rubbery smell. Here's the controller I talked about. Look how sleek and nice that is. Modern looking too. I'm liking that. I'm dry fitting the throttle side grip, and as you can see, there's a little ridge here. And on this side of the grip, there's a little piece you can cut off. Fully installed, there's probably an 1/8 inch of a gap right there, and a lot of people, what they do is they cut that plastic off with a Dremel or something. I'm not going to take that route. All I'm going to do is cut this edge right here off, and it should fit just fine. I like the gap that it has right there, and I'm happy with it. The other side probably won't match because this rubber is going to be left on it, most likely. I'll have to just see how it fits and how it looks. Maybe I'll end up cutting both sides, not sure. But I'd rather not damage the bike. I'd rather just cut this, what's meant to be cut off of the grips. I'm gonna slather some glue in here. Whoop, it's dripping out of the other side. Whew. I marked it with tape on both ends. I got it work fast, it looks like. That was actual super glue. See how my fingers are stuck together? It's a good idea to use the tape to guide you because you don't want to be fumbling around with that. You don't have much time at all with super glue. I'm happy I left that little groove, that plastic groove on there, because the glue most likely just went up to that ridge and then dripped down instead of going into the controls. That towel right there, also another good decision. This stuff is runny and I can't even see it today. It's so clear. It just kind of drips out and I don't know where the heck it's going. I can tell you it is a sticky mess. Where it dripped on the floor, it's all over my shoes. First thing, if you'll notice, this is a premium sports heated model. They make a touring model, an adventure model. Basically what that means is that's the length mostly. When you order these, you need to measure the length. My screw up was that I didn't need to cut that end off. I meant to slide it on first and then check it and cut it off. I got over anxious. You don't have to. They would have been just perfect, the right perfect size if I'd have left it on there. I don't know how I miscalculated. You can see on this side I left it on there and it fits just fine. There's even a little gap, so might even want to consider making some kind of measurement from here to there so you can line them up real nice. I don't know what happened here. I thought that I had cut them to the exact same size as the old ones. I get to live with this, my screw up, because I'm not going to buy another grip, but I'm just giving you guys a heads up so you don't do the same thing. By the way, who remembers using hairspray to secure the grips onto the handlebars? It won't go this way. The only way it'll go is this way. Now, I certainly do not like that. I don't want a tray holding my controller. It would look like this, kind of. That doesn't make much sense. I think I can get it like this. I need to maybe flatten this bracket out. It'd be even better down here. Like that. I don't know. So obviously it bent real easy. Look at that. It put a little divot there, and this is gonna, see that? Side view. This is actually gonna fit perfectly because of that little spot right there, and I'll show you. The kit comes with this double-sided tape thing and 4 itty-bitty tiny screws, so I'm gonna put all that together now on the bracket. Messing around with this bracket a little bit. I was gonna put it up where I use both mounting holes, but I like it better right there. It's cleaner looking, I think. So I'm gonna end up just cutting that bracket. The kit comes with these spacers and a washer and longer bolts so that you can do this, or, you know, when you put it on your mirror bracket so it works out. I did not end up using this, just the screws, so it's either or, I think. That's what it looks like mounted on there. It's nice and stable. I think one bolt is plenty. I like this look, easy access. You can reach over and do it to it. That's better, I think, than having it up here. So now I got to get all these wires hooked up and together, and then we'll route them. One screw, our Torx head, and then I think it'll just wires are all routed and I'm happy with them. This comes with its own fuse, which is right there. So you don't have to worry about a fuse. I like this kit. I think it's pretty nice actually. Now I'm going to fire it up and we'll try them out, see if they get warm. A big range of settings here. I put it on the highest one. They're already warm. I mean, I can feel that quick. That is nice. Let me see this side over here. Oh yeah, woo! These are gonna be nice, I can already tell. I want to talk about my mistakes real quick. That's the whole purpose of this video, is so that I can make the mistakes and you guys don't have to when you do it on your bike. First thing, the sport grip is the right size for this bike. Do not cut this end off. What I ended up doing is just slipping it back on there to try to hide it. That's a mistake. Second thing, mark how far your original grip is in, because this gap's a little bit wide and it didn't have to be that way. I should have somehow figured out a way to mark, index this grip, how far I push it in, and that would have just made it look a little bit nicer. Third thing is the glue. I would have taped everything off. Controls, just put tape and paper over everything so you don't get glue on things. I got glue on stuff I didn't even know I was getting it on, and it just makes a mess and you're going to ruin your motorcycle by doing that. Other than that, I'm pretty pleased with everything. I would be more cautious next time, but that's the way it goes. Wire routing is easy enough. One thing I am happy with is where the control unit is mounted. I think it looks nice, clean looking, a good spot. That worked out well. Keep in mind there is a place to hardwire it in to the Kawasaki wiring harness. I just chose not to do it. I don't see any point in it. I like this setup. It's easy. It works out good. Why bother? It does not get any more American than this right here. A Street Shield EX made by National Cycle. Check that out. A couple things you need to know about this thing before we get started. What are these stupid little stickers they put on there? That's, to me, horrible. Look at this. And there's just, you know, what? No. And here's another one. So I'm going to yoink those off. I'll clean that glue off of there. If you look down here, see that little circle? I thought at first it was defective, the first one I got, because it was only like that on one side. And just like this side, it's got a little spot there where it's put together, and apparently that's just the way they're made. I wish the quality was a little better than that, where they glued them together. I mean, that's bothers me, but I like the windshield, so I'm going with it. Hardware kit. These little brackets are 1 inch for the handlebars. Our handlebars are 1 1/8. But they don't make that. They make 1 inch, and they make 1 1/4, or they make 7/8, but not 1 1/8. So I have these 1 inch ones. I'm going to try those first. If they don't work, I have 1 1/4, and I have to use a filler in behind them. Step 1, this little rod, this little rubber goes on there like so. And now this ball has to go into the top mount. It's a little cold out here, so I'm going to use low heat on my heat gun. Light's flickering. It'll just last a second. So now I'll just push it in. Yeah. Double-sided tape. Here are the 1 inch brackets. The 1 1/4 are way too big. So the 1 inch is what we need, and they're going to fit on there tight, but they'll fit. This is the best location, as far as I can tell, for these brackets. So you put these on with the Allen screw thingies. Next, I assembled these parts, and they'll screw right onto here. Easy enough. This flat piece will wrap around this rod like that. There's a wing nut on this side. And then there's this piece that's threaded on the other side. And I'm going to put all this together now. We have a sad situation here. These are the clamps they give you to secure the brackets to your front forks. Who wants to put hose clamps, metal hose clamps, on your nice new forks? Not me. So I tried using a piece of rubber like an inner tube. It's too thick. So now what I decided to do was use this duct tape, and I'm just making a liner on the inside of this clamp. They make clamps, hose clamps, with plastic or rubber or whatever around them, but you know, the company apparently is just trying to be cheap on some things. That's what it looks like. You got to leave a little bit on the end there, and that's about all you need, just a little bit, and they should fit good. The hose clamp I put more towards the front so that when you turn your handlebars, you don't want to hit your gas tank, and it gave it the most amount of room. Also, when I tighten them up, I use a nut driver instead of a flat screwdriver so it wouldn't slip off and scratch something. That's what it looks like installed. It's kind of clear. Smoke, I think. Supposed to allow 1 to 3 inches above the headlight. There is 4 inches. That's the best I could do with that. Not too concerned. I don't think it looks bad. I like the way this windshield looks, to be honest. And I know some of you are going to hate it. There's going to be some of you that hate it, and some of you that are like me that just love it. I think it's a good look on this motorbike. But if it functions, now that's the most important thing to me. Does it function properly? I still got to get that glue off of that, where they put them stickers on there. That's going to be difficult. That is a bad deal. I don't know why they did that. The inside view, it doesn't look bad at all to me. I like it. I really like this windshield, to be honest. It's got just enough room alongside those gauges. Everything's cleared pretty nice here. Clearances. You can take it off real easy, this windshield, by taking this off, that off, and the 2 wing nuts down there on the forks, and the windshield will pop off of there. But I have no intention of taking it off. Let's see. That's level right there, so it's right here below my chin, and I think they say they want it up here or like right under your nose, eye level. So I'm off a few inches. We'll see what happens. Worst day for a test run. It's so windy out there, really bad. So I don't know if I have crosswinds and stuff like that, but it's gonna snow tonight, like 2 or 3 inches. So let's do a test run and see how it does. I am giddy with the anticipation. I'm so excited to try this windshield out. But again, it's cross breeze. My audio might not even be clear. It's so windy today. But still, I think it'll give me some kind of a idea. I don't like if I'm gonna have any wind buffeting. Look here, these handle grips. Oh my goodness. My hands are already feeling warmed up big time before the end of the driveway. Amazing. There is wind buffeting, I think, but I don't know if it's a cross breeze or buffeting from the windshield. It's not like the little fairing I had. The little fairing I had would jar and shake my head around. This one's not doing that, but I do have some buffeting going on. It is really windy today, so I can't tell just yet. If I go up, if I go down, 60 miles an hour, whoop, 55 miles an hour, let's say, down this 55 mile an hour road. So tuck. Oh, that's nice. It's quiet down here, tucked in. Let's try it out on the open road and see what she does. I'm kind of liking this thing, man, so far. All right, so here we go. This is where it counts, because this is where we're going to be traveling at. Oh boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Woo-hoo! This is nice! Yeah! Now we're cruising. Woohoo! This is not bad at all. Moving my head around, trying to see what we got going on here, but this is not bad at all. Tuck, check this out. No noise. Can you hear that? I'm sure you guys can. So if I tuck down, I'm traveling down the interstate, I want a little break from total wind and noise, just tuck her down here. Tuck her down, and you're good. So, the only thing I'm getting up here is noise. No rumbling, just noise. If I had my earplugs in, I don't believe I would know the dang difference. I am so happy. Let me tell you something. The windshield also, it's very sturdy. It felt very sturdy when I installed it. Look at this. Oh, I'm happy. Here's what's funny. All the young guys have already left. They left their nasty comment and they exited the video. and because the windshield, they're like, it's so ugly. Let me tell you something. When you get my age, you're going to be just like me. You're going to think, this thing is beautiful. Not only that, it works awesome. I mean, this is nice. Woo, it's nice. I'm so happy with this. I really am. I like the way it looks. I like the way it rides. My grips, my hands are warm. I'm at lowest setting, 42 degrees. I am feeling good. I could travel so far on this thing now. There's no limits to where I can travel now. No limits. Woohoo! Let's see. Get her up to speed. We good. Oh, I got carried away. All right, we'll slow her back down. What I also noticed is that there is still a good amount of air coming in at me. So in the summertime, this windshield might be just fine to leave on, and that's what I plan on doing anyways. Ah, they got salt on the roads. Dadgummit, man. That ain't good from a motorbiker. Doggone it. I don't know if you can see this or not, but that is snow. Wet snowflakes. Oh my goodness. Final thoughts, the Kentucky Yankee is going to be traveling in style. I would do every single bit of this again in a heartbeat. The windshield and heated grips have made this into the ultimate touring machine, along with my shad luggage. I hope I showed you enough on the installation process of the grips and the windshield. I showed as much as I could. Some of the stuff's just tight. Both were pretty easy to install. Nothing really complicated. The wind from the windshield, as I said, was hitting right towards the top of my helmet, like right where my hat maybe is, you know, right above my eyes, hitting my helmet. I'm 5'7", I think. So that maybe gives you some kind of reference. If you're taller than that or shorter, you'll know what to expect, or at least kind of what to expect. Thanks for watching. I couldn't be happier with these add-ons. I'm sure there's others out there who could appreciate them too. As far as you younger guys go, your day is coming. Does the windshield take away from the looks of the bike? I don't think so. I think it looks retro. Guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. It's the next morning. Let's look outside. Not so good riding weather. I'm going back in the house.